is September 10th, and it's time for me to talk about some shit that's on my mind that you may care about. Start off with the New York Yankees, just getting a big win tonight, 7-5 over the Baltimore Orioles. Great news after last night's loss to them, and only taking one of the 4-game series at home against the Red Sox this weekend. Not a good weekend for Mariano Rivera. However, hopefully the Yankees are on the upswing. They are only half a game behind the Orioles in the wild card. Unfortunately, Tampa Bay still holds that spot, and I believe Texas has the other one. But I will be in attendance down at Camden Yards tomorrow for tomorrow night's game, so let's hope the Yankees are able to pull out a big win. Back to New York sports. The New York Giants, who had a less than stellar performance this weekend, this Sunday against the Dallas Cowboys, have made an effort to improve what we would call a pathetic running back situation. With David Wilson fumbling the ball twice, the Giants have reacquired Brandon Jacobs, who was a Giant not too long ago for 2 of their Super Bowls. Hopefully he will not only be able to put some carry yards up on the board for the Giants, but also mentor Wilson into how to hold on to the ball when you're fucking running and not have it stripped or just lose it. Eli could also use some advice on how to not throw an interception and not throw into coverage. But, again, we will have to see what happens. Finally, Sunday night, Breaking Bad got good. It only took 4 worthless episodes, getting halfway through the end of the season, to give me what I expect from Breaking Bad. Which is when I'm watching it and I go, oh, I think I know how this is going to play out. Oh, nope, they did exactly what I wanted to do. When Hank calls off the hit on Jesse, or when Walt calls off the hit on Jesse because he sees Hank there, decides he can't do it, but then the guys show up anyway. Then there's a little standoff, oh, cops, bullshit, show us your badge. You don't think they're going to start shooting, but how's the fucking episode close? With them shooting. I was getting a little worried. 4 episodes into the season, it had been nothing but shit, and I was going to be very upset if the last 4 episodes ended the way the first 4 had begun. But it's looking like Vince Gilligan has decided to give the viewers what they've come to expect from such quality programming. I also got to watch the roast of James Franco. A little upset by Andy Samberg's performance and by Franco's performance himself. However, the rest of the comedians up there, pretty fucking funny. Natasha Leggero, or whoever the fuck she was, surprised to see this girl because I had never really seen her before. However, not only is she a little cutie, but she was pretty funny too. I comment on Jonah Hill, quality, aside from plenty of other ones, but hopefully we'll be seeing more of her in the near future. Some people we won't be seeing more of, at least in Playboy anytime soon, is the backdoor teen mom, Farrah Abrahams, and the Hill star, Audrina Partridge. Now, I did see backdoor teen mom, and have seen plenty of Farrah Abrahams. She's a cute girl. Glad she did it. And to come out, anal and squirting on your first video, fucking right, girl, that's the way to start your career. However, Audrina, that one I don't get. Okay, Playboy turned down Farrah, yeah, she's more Penthouse Hustler style anyway, plus she already has a deal with Vivid or whoever the fuck produced Backdoor Teen Mom. Yet Audrina Partridge, I would love to see that bitch naked. I went and sat through all of Sorority Row in theaters just because she was in. There was really even no promise of seeing her naked, but I figured out I like horror movies or some good eye candy. That movie was fucking terrible. I mean, has Playboy seen her naked? Is it that bad? Does she have a cock? Because that could be the only thing that would be worse than Sorority Row, would be Audrina Partridge with a cock. Aside from that, fucking, Hugh, sign her up, get her naked. I know there's plenty of people, including myself, who would love to see that. So this guy's awesome. We have him zipping around Manhattan in his Z3, setting the record for the fastest time to get around Manhattan. He averaged 66 miles per hour and cruised through the city, the entire city. I guess he lapped the city in 24 minutes and 7 seconds. Now, I think that's impressive. I say to give him props. Instead, the cops are giving him shit. And there was a writer who noted, while setting this record. There's no name on the gentleman, but while setting the record, this guy passed on the right, was weaving across lanes, and cutting people off like a cabbie. Is that really what you're going to get this guy for? I mean, going 66 miles per hour through Manhattan? That's impressive. Granted, it's like 20 miles slower than I drive on the highway, but this is Manhattan. He's also got a Z3. Much easier to navigate than anything I've ever driven. To this writer, the driver replied, being a bad driver does not mean you're inherently, being a bad driver does not mean you're inherently a bad or reckless driver. I think that was being a fast driver. I may have copied that quote wrong. Being a bad driver does not mean you're inherently bad or reckless. I'm in control. Personally, I couldn't agree more. As I mentioned, going through that city now that's impressive at those speeds. With the season finale of True Blood ending just 3-4 weeks ago, and Billboard Music publishing their most ubiquitous songs of the summer is obviously over. Now, looking at this Billboard chart, I wasn't surprised to see a lot of what was on there. Robin Thicke's Blurred Lines, great song, happy party song. Everybody got down with that shit this summer. Miley Cyrus's We Won't Stop. I can't say much about that hasn't already been said, or about Miley that hasn't already been said with her performance with Robin Thicke on the VMAs about 3 weeks earlier. Radioactive by the Imagine Dragons, or by Imagine Dragons, phenomenal. Glad to see that on Billboard's top 10. Last year, I became a fan of them with It's Time to Begin, I believe it is. Great song, however, is only on the alternative station, so I'm glad to see them appealing to a wider audience. Even having Radioactive be the song that ended the season finale of True Blood. And then what else we have on there? We got Daft Punk, Up All Night to Get Lucky, and something else that wasn't too much of a surprise. Anyway, what I'm a little upset about was that Big Sean's new single was not on this list. I don't think I heard it at all this summer on the radio. And personally, I don't think there is any better representation out there of the way rappers feel about and treat women, especially Big Sean. I mean, this guy just comes out and says it. Not only is it narcissistic, egocentric, it's fucking hilarious too. Here, listen up.
Bitch, I'm sexy as fuck. You ain't even gotta tell me. I ride around the park. I fuck my girl to R. Kelly. Tell her make me a sandwich, no pee-pee and jelly. She look back like, God damn, what you think this a deli? I'm screaming, hell yeah, trip. Hell yeah, whoa. That shit make her love me more. And she know I love her too.
And finally, I'd like to ask you, is it wrong for me to praise my dog for vomiting and then eating it back up? Because when she first goes to throw up, I want to scold her, I want to put her in her cage, tell her she was bad. You know, I start getting all heated, and then she kind of looks up at me. You see that sadness in her eyes? Goes over, starts licking it up, and my mood just does a complete 180. Good girl, you know, now I don't have to clean that shit up. That a girl. I'm proud of her that she does that. So I continue to praise her when she licks up her own vomit. Now, a lot of people will be like, that's gross. What happens when your dog licks your face? Personally, I think it's fucking disgusting when my dog licks my face even when she hasn't eaten vomit. Because my dog vomits maybe once a month. Usually when she goes on long car rides or gets nervous and shit like that. However, my dog does lick her asshole probably daily while I'm gone. Licks her vagina. If you had a male dog, he's probably licking his cock and balls. When I bring her out to take her on walks, she's willingly eating shit, eating dead things, eating garbage, and that's a regular occurrence for her. Then she's gonna come up and start licking my face? Nah, shit does not fly. I have never, ever allowed my dog to lick my face. And there are people, I see it every day, that pick up their, and that tongue, man, is just going all over your face and your lips. I mean, if you can't smell it, dogs don't brush their teeth, man. Their breath stinks. They wake up in the morning, they eat all day. When I wake up in the morning and don't brush my teeth, my breath smells pretty fucking bad too. But I brush my teeth, I eat something, and I go on my day. It smells better. Dogs never do that. Whoever says that dogs' mouth have less bacteria than humans, I think is full of shit. I want to see that scientific study. I want to see whatever it is that's trying to convince me that a dog's mouth is clean. because from what I have observed, a dog's mouth is nowhere near clean. Just think about it from this perspective. You got a girl going down on you, she decides to go back and start rimming your chocolate Cheerio, then comes up and starts kissing you. It's usually a little awkward. She's got her tongue on the side of your face, up in your mouth, you know. And chances are you went and scrubbed up before that. You know you're clean and it's your own asshole. You still don't want her tongue in your mouth after it's been there. And think about where your dog's tongue has been. On its asshole. Eating its shit. Or maybe the big lab down the street shit. Big piles of shit all fucking day. And there it is, all over your face, all in your mouth. Yeah, not happening. Obviously some people don't have a problem with it, or they just don't think about it. I don't really know. But shit ain't gonna fly. Not on my dog. Well, that felt pretty good. It always feels good to take a dump. I adopted her, and I think it's their previous owner. She's a little over 4 years old now. I got her right before she turned 4, and man, she must have been a face licker, because I gotta tell her all the time, no face lickies, no face lickies, man. She is licking my face nonstop. It is hard to break a dog of old tricks, let alone teach them new ones.